Okay,
Yeah.
so today what we're doing is we're just going to fly to this place called Roach Harbor from Seattle, and the whole idea behind this flight is how cool is it to do a flight that's less than an hour to get to a place that normally takes about, I don't know, 5 hours to drive to easily. You have to drive out of Seattle northbound for an hour and a half or two to catch a ferry boat, then that boat takes about another 2 hours. But you got to wait in line for an hour to catch it. And so anyhow, yeah. So we're just leaving Boeing Field, and what we're going to talk about is what's involved with it. You know, because you look outside and you see all this clear airspace, and you know, what are the rules? You know, what do you have to know? Do you just fire the thing up and go, or you know, are there some rules that we need to adhere to? Some different types of airspace and other things like that. So anyhow, we're going to do our run up, and we'll chat again when we're airborne.
Is Alki at 700, right? And then off on that 300?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Okay.
All right, so we're getting ready to launch out of here. We've done the engine run up, and we're going to take off northbound, but we can't just go straight out and aim at where we want to aim at. We have to follow our procedure getting out of here. So the whole idea is Hanne's going to call the tower, tell them we're ready for takeoff, and request a thing called the Alki departure, which means that we're going to take off, hang a left turn, and go over the Alki beach, basically. So once again, we'll yap more once we get going here.
Tower Cessna 90491 Delta, holding short Alpha 9er Alki departure.
And by the way, I don't know, some of you will remember about 10 years ago we shot a video together, and in that video, I do believe I was showing you how the trim wheel works.
Yes, you were.
And it caught her by surprise. Now, Hanne's a commercial instrument, multi-engine rated pilot, and type rated in a jet, flies a multitude of different aircraft, including caravan, on amphibs, and yeah. Anyhow, it's just cool stuff. I mean,
Cool.
10 years later, we're flying together, and it just blows me away. Because you know me, I'm just usually shooting by myself, and in the left seat yapping away, and my brain is like, yeah, how do I shoot with another person? So anyhow, we're just waiting. We gotta listen to the radio, and we'll talk to you in a bit. And so it's a military operating area. Well, can you fly through those things? They're not as strict as restricted areas, but again, they could have military activity in there, and so you want to be very careful going through there. So these are the different things that you have to deal with. So we talked about weather, right? You got to deal with weather before you take off. You have airspace requirements as far as what you can deal with. You know, you're climbing out of Boeing, you can only climb so fast. But
ForeFlight
yeah,
has an app. There's an app for that.
ForeFlight has an app. Hanne's all young and techie, and I'm old and like have a pencil, right? So 100 pounds of fuel. Yeah, so
out there.
got traffic
Okay.
up there.
Insight, no factor.
She's flying, I'm yapping.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm trying to watch too, but
No, it's fine. It's like habit for me to still point it out to you, even though I know. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Stop
Yeah,
interrupting your video there.
No, that's okay. We have to look at that before we go. Again, we've flown this route so many times together that we know what the performance of the airplane is, but this is the stuff that you're going to have to learn when you're getting your private pilot's licenses. Then the other thing we had to figure out is how much fuel we're going to burn, because what is it in the daytime? A half an hour
The daytime,
fuel requirement for landing.
30 minutes for day and 45 for night.
Yeah,
I believe,
so
for VFR.
when you're doing a cross-country flight, again, this is a short cross-country, but we have to land, because it's daytime, we have to have a half an hour of fuel left in the tanks, and if it's nighttime, 45 minutes, you said? Yeah. One other thing, too, I'll just touch on briefly is, why didn't we file a flight plan and open a flight plan to do this short flight right here?
Roach Harbor traffic, Cessna 90491 Delta is left downwind runway 7, Roach.
Just tell me to shut up.
No, it's fine.
Hey man, I'm talking on the radio.
Roach Harbor traffic, Cessna 90491 Delta, turning final runway 7, Roach.
Yeah, well, crosswind.
Yeah.
Nice one. Oh, ooh, look at you.
Finally got a good
That
one.
was nice. Timed very well.
It's because the cameras are rolling.
Yeah, exactly. All those years of practice finally paid off on camera. So, can you just come up to Roach for the day for lunch? Not really. I mean, yeah, not really.
Not unless you have an airplane.
Yeah, not unless you have an airplane. Yeah. So, but that's the coolness of this. So, yeah. Okay. On my website, I've got everything you ever needed to know about flying. It's the private pilot flight training, and I hope you stop by and take a look at it. What I've created there is it has every maneuver that you'll ever learn for your private pilot rating. I've made it inexpensive because it's constantly a work in progress. I'm in the process of shooting the video for the written test, so it has all the flying stuff. There's a communications video on there. A lot of that was shot around the San Juan Islands, and it's just from what I've heard from other people that have subscribed, that it's a real good supplement to their flight training. That they look at the videos before they go out with their instructor, and then their instructor, number one, is trying to figure out why they know all this stuff. They've been learning it off the website. And then when they're done, they're like, oh, what do okay, I got to do that again. Let's look at the video again. So that's the whole thing. It just supplements your flight training. So, okay, so now we've just rolled into Roach Harbor, and we're going to shut down, and we're taxiing on grass here, by the way. And so when you're taxiing on grass, the whole idea is to keep the propeller as far away from the ground as possible, because there's rocks in there too. So that's what she's doing, pulling back on that control wheel like that.
All right, clear on
Clear
the
here.
there.
Yeah, you're clear.
All
Looking
right.
good.
I'll whip it around as best I can.
So anyhow, yeah, we're going to walk down and show you what Roach Harbor is all about. Yeah, welcome to Roach.
Oh, okay.
So there's the gorgeosity of that right there. As we slowly, I guess we'll turn this way. And yeah, so that's Roach Harbor. We're walking down that way. The runway's not exactly straight, it kind of like that. So anyhow, cool. Yeah. Welcome to Roach. And then I tried to find out about that dock down there, if we could use it for a float plane. No. That was the answer. No, you can't park your float plane there. But yeah, you can see what's involved in the flight. I mean, does it look real easy? Yeah. And again, it does become easy once you learn this stuff. But yeah, I mean, checking the weather, fuel burn. You can see why we love coming up here. I mean, this place is just absolutely stunning. So
Come get the $100 hamburger.
exactly, it's a $100 hamburger that probably costs more like about,
I know they should change that phrase.
yeah, it's more like a $1,000 hamburger.
Yeah.
So, especially in that 182. My plane's about a $120 hamburger. Hannah's plane is about a $700 hamburger. So anyhow, that's it. See you later.